The fern is common in humid forests and swamps, especially in northern South America, Mexico, Central America, Florida, the West Indies, Polynesia, and Africa. It thrives in moist, shady locations and is found frequently in swamps and floodplains. It grows epiphytically on sable palmetto. The Boston fern originated in a shipment of 200 plants sent from a Philadelphia florist to F.C. Becker, a florist in Cambridge, Massachusetts. During the Victorian era, ferns were widely popular as parlor plants. Becker recognized one plant in the shipment was faster growing, had wider fronds, and an unusual drooping habit, instead of stiffly upright form of the species. He began to propagate it in 1894. 2 years later, botanists in London identified the plant and suggested the Boston name for the variant form. It quickly became popular throughout the industry. Boston fern is a tender fern that grows in a tight clump and produces arching, feather-like fronds up to 4 feet long. Each pinnae is up to 2 inches long and gets smaller at the terminus of the frond. Spores are produced under the pinnae in well-ordered marginal rows covered with a kidney-shaped flap. But unlike most ferns, Boston fern and its many kin are considered sterile. Instead of relying on spores, it propagates by slender stolons that dangle from the plant. Where these stolons contact the soil, a new plant forms. Water Boston fern frequently to prevent the soil from drying out, and fertilize the plants regularly during its active growing stage. Misting your fern helps to raise the ambient humidity and is a must-do practice if you live in a dry climate. Ferns like organically rich, loamy soil with good drainage. Boston fern does best when grown in a location with bright and direct light. The plants that you can plant with ferns will need to be plants that thrive in similar conditions to ferns, which are moist, shady locations of your garden. Some of these plants would include bleeding heart, caladium, and barrenwort. Boston fern is thought to be one of the best air-purifying houseplants. This evergreen plant not only helps to rid the home of harmful toxins, it improves humidity by helping to restore moisture to the air naturally too. Because of these air-purifying properties, the Boston fern is said to offer real health benefits to those who suffer from dry skin or irritably dry noses or throats. They also look super stylish when hung around the home in macrame hangers.